Kids these days, right? Is a common phrase that is expressed when someone is discontent with the behavior of other people's children. But is it really the kids that are wrong? Children are just a result of their genetics and circumstances. The biggest factor, however, is how they are raised, so it's not the kids but the parents who are to blame. At least those who don't raise their children properly. Before I start, I need to address some potential invalid responses that might follow this video, because some people might be offended. Something like, you don't even know how hard it is to be a single mother, or you don't even have any children. And to be fair, those aren't even arguments, just cheap excuses for you being overwhelmed with your decision to bring a kid into this world, which now has some really shitty behavior because you didn't do your job properly. And to be frank, I'm not even sure how my kids are even remotely relevant to the fact that your kids can't behave in public at all. Me not having kids doesn't give me less credibility when it's about the behavior of your children. This isn't a competition. We aren't comparing our children against each other. We are focusing on a generation that can't even. And you being a parent doesn't give your argument any additional validity at all. You can't just say, as a mother, I let you know that I don't vaccinate my children because vaccines cause Asperger's and burgers make people fat. Do you see where I'm going with this? You being a mother doesn't give you any valid expertise in any field. You aren't a doctor and can't give any medical advice. And you can't even give advice on how to raise a child, because if you're severely misinformed, then your advice is just wrong and even harmful. Unless, of course, you have some qualification or did proper research or even have a PhD, then that's what gives you some credibility, but not the fact that you had some unprotected sex some time ago. The worst offender and a common misconception is that parents will tell you that it's none of your business how they raise their children, and oh boy are they wrong. It's very much of my concern on how well you raise your children, because I'm the one who is directly impacted if you raise your children improperly. Not only me, but the whole society and economy as well. For example, if your kids can't behave in public transportation, then I'm the one affected by your children. If your kids are rude in public and humiliate me, then I'm the one who has to suffer the consequences of your mistakes. If your kids bully other kids in school, then the victims that probably did nothing wrong will hate going to school and will grow up to be socially incapable adults that will be depressed or mentally unstable. They'll struggle having a functional relationship or any social life. They won't even have sex. Not me though. I mean, I have sex. A lot. With girls. And then they will go on the internet to get at least some social interaction and write weird stuff to people as well. I mean, I'm being bullied by kids since elementary school. I know what I'm talking about. But I'm derailing. Parents also teach their kids all the wrong values. I'm a really nice guy. I mean, I looked it up on the internet, and according to the definitions, I'm objectively a nice guy. For example, I bought myself an ice cream cone the other day and it was really good. And then I saw this little girl on the bench that was waiting for her mother outside of a grocery store, and she looked rather sad. So I wanted to give her my ice cream cone, and I only had like 3 licks of it, so there was still enough for her, and it was still good to go basically. But then the girl, Mira was her name, told me that she isn't accepting anything from men. And then I told her, well Mira, that's very sexist, you little bitch. And I wanted to do this dramatic mic drop thing with my ice cream cone, like that actor from Breaking Bad did once. But then it looked like her mother was coming out from the grocery store, so I didn't drop my cone, I just walked away. And with walking, I mean walking behind the corner and then starting to run. Other story at another time, where I was just chilling at the playground and then some kids were rude to me and I was utterly helpless. Because what's wrong with our society is that you can't even defend yourself. There is no equality at all. Because if a kid shoots you, with his soccer ball, details, then it's completely fine and no one bats an eye. But if you kick the kid into the teeth, then you are the one who did something horrible. You are the one who isn't allowed to come to the playground anymore. And maybe you even have to play hide and seek. Not with kids though, with the cops. At this point we are approaching the end of the video, and as is tradition, people usually say something like, Like and share my video, guys, for the awareness, spread the message, let's change the world. And it's not because they want to grow their channel and get the monies. But honestly, people who really need to see this video are ignorant and won't change their mind by just watching a video, so it won't even matter if you send it to them. And after all, you're an adult. So don't let yourself be influenced by such cheap, manipulative techniques. But if you're disliking this video and cyberbullying me in the comments, then you're basically just proving me right. Yeah, I think that's a sound logic and very mature approach from me. So don't be on the wrong side here.